Okay, so we're at the sugar bush today. I just finished making my coffee, like I said I was gonna make for my from my other video there from the birch bark peeling. Sun's come out, so I don't know, we might get some drips today. Not in this pail, that one almost never drips the whole season. That one's been a total waste, big disappointment, that one. So we'll go back up to the birch tree there and we'll see how that's doing. I did do a little bit more on it, so we'll have a look and see. Nothing quite yet. Nothing dripping from that one yet. That's one of my favorite trees right there. That one always drips. I don't know what that one's problem is, but yeah, it's a leaky tree. So we'll go back over here to that birch tree real quick. Yeah, it's turning out to be a nice day. Anything leaking? No, not yet. Yeah, when I do the syrup at this time of the year, there's not enough snow to use the machine to use the skidoo, but there's too much in some spots that I can't use the John Deere gator either. So I've got to bring them all in by hand, by pails for a little bit until some of the snow melts. You see how I saved on buckets, eh? Instead of 2 pails, 1 tap line, 1 pail. I have others that are like that one down there where they have 2. Instead of extra pails on trees that, you know, you can just use lines. Use a couple lines on it. That one there should be a little further on the, little further back. Somebody else tapped some of these trees for me, but they did okay. But that's the way I save on some of my pails. That way I can double and triple the amount of taps I have and not have to cover so much space when it comes time to collect as well, right? You find little clusters like that together. I've got some nice ones there in the back. And then got 5 or 6 lines to a couple of pails. Okay, so we're back at that birch here. Sorry, I got some coffee in me there. Okay, so I did start a little bit more, but I stopped, so I wanted you to see. Okay, so we're getting a really nice piece here. Unfortunately, I wanted to try to get it off all in one piece, but it didn't happen. You know, it does happen that nothing works out the way you want it. So we got one good chunk here. This one's probably 5 feet or so. That's a good 5-foot piece there. I'll make 2 sections out of it. Clearly where it's broken there, I'll just continue on that line and get 2 good pieces out of that one. So I still have my knife here, okay? Now this part's gonna be a little hard to kind of show how this goes, okay? So when you get to here, you can put your hand underneath it. All right, start at the top, put your hand right against the wood and push your fingers back gently and slowly, little piece at a time. And you can hear it kind of peeling away when I'm not talking. You can hear it cracking a bit. Don't press too far, too fast. Just go a little bit with your fingers. If it gets stuck and it gets really hard to pull off, get your hook knife. See there, it just popped right off of there. Now you gotta watch for stuff like that. Okay, now it's already tore here. See, it's already torn there. That's the spot I said was really going to be torn. So I'm just going to take this a little bit by little bit by little bit. You see, you just push your finger under it a little bit. Slowly, slowly. I bet you're understanding how come it costs so much money for this stuff now, huh? Okay, now what I do is once I get down far enough, you see it flopped over like that. That'll do that. So same thing, put your hand inside here. Your hand goes up against the wood very gently. Okay, not too fast. hear it cracking and popping away. Now this might cause a problem, this little bit of shrubbery under here. We'll see if it'll push away far enough. If not, we'll just roll the tree back a bit. There's a little piece there. You just take it off, and that's that bad section anyway. So now we got so far along. This piece is almost going to come off as well, down here in the bottom. So what we can do is roll the log over. We'll stop here for now, and what we'll do is we'll roll the log over, which is always fun. That'll clean up nice. And I think we'll roll it this way. I'm gonna put this down for a second and try to roll this over a little bit. Okay, so we got it rolled over. Now when you're rolling it, I couldn't really show you, but you want to make sure that this piece is up. Okay, don't let it roll underneath. Like over there, see how it's kind of rolled underneath there? That's the edge of the, it's not, the wood is here. I could almost have broken that, so you don't want to roll too far. Alright, so and then it's the same thing. Put your hand underneath. The edge is loose under here, so hopefully when we get far enough, we'll just pull it a little bit more and put our leg here, and we'll go again with our hand underneath it. This side, I might have to get my knife and do this side, or maybe I can go from the other side. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go from here. Oops. And that is why you don't want to lift your hand away from the log. Yeah. And just push your hand under. Very gentle. Oh, that piece came off real nice. There we go. She's starting to lift now. Now, safety thing. When you're doing a log like this, put something like your boot or your foot or a rock underneath. That way, it doesn't roll over on your hand, because you have your hand under here now, right? So don't let it move around, or it can squish your hand, especially if it's a large log like this. I got my fingers turned the other way. It's better if you're palm down. No, I got stuck. I need my knife. Where did I put that? Oh yeah, I rolled the log right on it. Well, it's always entertaining, I guess. Alright, well. See, put your foot there. And then just work underneath. Oh, yeah, this piece is the knot. This is the really knotty section. This strip here is probably going to break off and be stripped up. We'll see. I was supposed to stop there, but it seems to want to go a little further, so oh, there we go. See how it come off of there now? That's nice and loose from there. Don't pull it, obviously, but just come back under with this knotted areas where it's a problem right now. This is where it's best if you don't roll your hook knife on top of your log on your knife. We'll try and turn it back over and get that. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Well, that was good. That wasn't too bad. Oh. Come on, a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, now I can get a knife under there. There we go. If I can at least get it to that spot there, I can separate it. Sorry, this video might not be quite as good. I got only one hand to use here. There we go. There. Now we're gonna stop right at this seam right here. I don't mind if that end piece rips off. That's a big knot. Oh, it came off pretty good. Okay, so now we'll fold that one over like that. Just pull our log forward a bit. Oh, I'm just trying to cover my knife again. Now when pick it up, we're just gonna move it over here a little bit. Let it dry. That's a pretty nice piece right there. Hey, look at that. You almost think I knew what I was doing. Mani Wigwase is he gathers birch bark, or he gathers birch. This is Wigwasa tig, white birch or paper birch tree. So we'll continue on with the rest, I guess. And now you saw how I did that. What I like to do is when it's up on a certain angle, it makes it a little easier to work down this way along it like a saw a little bit with your hand. It's hard to hold a big piece open like this. I'm gonna have to get some sticks or something perhaps. So see, it comes off a lot easier when it's seems to be having gravity help you out a little bit. This piece will peel off real nice. I might just continue this piece right here on this video for you if you got the patience to watch it. I know a lot of people don't like videos that are too long, but this is not a big hurry job, you know. You take your time, like I say all the time, take your time with this. I gotta put this bone down again. Okay, there. It's hard to get them turned over. Okay, there. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of just right at that, just that good angle, right? Where you can start coming down the side of it, and you got some. And that's the hard part right there. That's where extra people would come in handy. This is not a one-person job all the time, especially when it comes to big stuff like this. And this is how they did this for the birch bark canoes, and you know, they didn't cut down brand new trees. There's no reason for that. You'd have to be awful cold. So we'll cut this piece here at this section here like that. come down along the side again. Try to open this up. There we go. Look at that. It's nice. Nice. You can hear it coming loose. It's a pretty good tree. Yeah. Turn that over a bit. That's going to be the title of the video, I think. Where's my knife? I lose this thing there. Like, oh well. I got another one down here somewhere. There it is. Once I get all cleaned up, that's when I'll find it. You know how it goes. Now, I don't normally use the X-Acto knife, but I use it backwards. Okay? Not because I don't know how to use it. I use it backwards. It will give you just that little bit of play in terms of not cutting right through. See, that's the sort of thing that can happen when you use the sharp side. It just lets it go right away. This is a knot that's holding it down here. This is where a hook knife comes in handy. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's as far as you got to go with that. It's just this knotted section here that's holding on to everything. Yeah, there must be a real bad knot there. Yeah, that's all it is. There we go. Alright, so there, that'll be the end of that for now, since I've lost my knife under the tree someplace. But we've got some nice pieces so far. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 good ones there, and then there's at least, well, I doubt I'll get it off there in one piece, but if we're lucky enough, there's another 5-foot piece there, maybe a little bit longer. And then we've got some more over here too. This stuff I'm just going to use for the oil. That's all I'm going to use that for, is oil. I use the white birch because that makes the best oil, according to those in the know, I guess. But I also want to make some of the yellow birch oil as well. I'm going to see how that works out, you know. Hopefully it will produce a good oil. You can see that there's a little in there too, right? Winnizik yellow birch, Winnizik. Here, we'll go to this one over here. See if we can't find, oh, there we go. That's what I'm looking for right there. See how much, see what's happened after the decay process has started. Now I don't know what exactly can or if anything will come from that, if it needs to be live or If dead is better, this is soaking wet. It's not a good sample to try and look and see from. If, yeah, it's not going to peel very well either. To see what's behind it or in between the pieces. Oh, there we go. Well, that worked better. Just squeeze it out of there. Yeah, because I'd like to try a couple different ones and see what comes from it, if anything. See how the bark changes over time, eh? It gets a lot thicker, and that's very soft there and oddly hard. But yes, we're gonna try some oil from the yellow birch as well. I have a new pot. Oh, there's a nice piece kind of hanging there. That's an old piece in there. Yeah, I have a new pot and I'm gonna try something different this time around. What the hell is that? There seems to be a hole in my maple tree here for some reason. Wonder what the hell's gonna come jumping out of here. Well, I would imagine something's been living in my tree. Huh. That's weird. I never noticed that because I didn't tap this one this year. But yeah, something was made a home inside of the tree. This one will die probably because of that too. That really doesn't look very good. It's got some broken branches and dead branches up there. It's from something living inside the tree. That'll make good firewood later for me though, once it's dead. Maybe a couple years, but whatever. Yeah, I've got a tree there I can peel old bark off of. I'm gonna try some old bark and some new bark when it comes to the oil. I don't know, it doesn't seem like there's going to be very much from the old bark. That's actually holes in there. Yeah, that's pretty much a hole. There doesn't seem to be holding anything onto it. Huh. That might be a quick experiment. Yeah, I think I just want to try some new, slightly more fresh bark. When I have a tree, so I have to come down, I'll use that instead. Okay, so anyway, we're just gonna finish up this birch bark video, and once we get to the oil process and all of that, we'll get to that. So I'm gonna finish peeling this up and then cut up some firewood here, and that'll be that. What we'll do is we'll just leave these to dry. I can just leave them here. There's plenty of space out here. There's nothing wrong with that. And then what you do is you roll them up a bit, just a bit, so they don't bust. And you roll them into tubes, roll them a couple together, and that's how you transport them. You don't carry them open, they'll tear. That one's already got a little tear in it. That's all it takes to start right there. What I'll do is I'll square this up. I'll cut it from here straight across. There's another tear here, so I'll just cut this piece out. This strip in the middle will still be good. It's wide enough you can make, you know, strips for baskets, and it's a good thickness too. You can see it's pretty thick there. I've seen some people take two and split that, but you shouldn't split it. It's more sturdy this way. Don't split it into two. I've seen that people do that. They make a basket out of it and it looks nice, but I know the sides are not very strong, that's for sure. This will have to peel off of here, or we'll have to soak this, let this get wet, and we can take this is old cambrium, or cambrium. I always have a hard time with that word. Cambium. And we'll just peel this off of here gently. It's easier if it's wet too sometimes, or just a bit damp. You can set it outside in the damp, you know, early morning. dew, and that'll help to take this off. But anyway, I'll fidget with that later. But yeah, we just clean that up, and then you can wash this all as well, water, and just use a soft brush and clean them nice. And they should come out, you know, fairly close in this way. It's more about the thickness. That's what you really want, is to make sure that there's thickness to it. And this is why I think it's better to take from a dead tree that's been down already, because then you can get the full thickness of the piece. If you try to cut this from a live tree, this thickness, you'll always cut that cambium, and you'll always make the tree bleed, and that can kill the tree. Even if it's a small incision, only a little bit, you know. When I tap my trees, I have to plug the holes after, and that's so the tree won't bleed to death or get infection and all of that sort of thing. So, okay, well, there's the big log peeling. That's how you do that. The way I do it, anyway. I'm sure there's other people got different ways, but to each their own. And hopefully we'll get to making some maybe some baskets and some oil together as well in the future. So if you like the videos, you know, subscribe. Sorry that this one's so long, and hopefully you watched it at least till the end. Have a good day. Bye.